What's up, people? Welcome back to Shed Show. Man, when I made my last video, I imagined this going a million different ways, and none of them was the way that it is actually gone. Diego Sanchez versus Cowboy Cerrone. Diego's retirement fight has been canceled, and Diego Sanchez has been cut from the UFC. And guess who's right smack in the middle of all of it? Joshua Fabia. So, why was Diego cut from the UFC? Well, I have accumulated the knowledge that I could actually answer this question with just my words, but instead, we're going to go through two pieces of media that are very important to tell this story. And once you hear some key details, you're going to realize that this story is both simpler and more complicated than you expected. So first we're going to listen to a phone call between Joshua Fabia and Hunter Campbell. His LinkedIn says that he's the chief business officer, and he is a lawyer, and I think he's acting as a lawyer. Anyway, let's just get right into it.
Josh, hey, I've got our chief business officer and our head lawyer here, one and the same.
Okay.
And we need to chat with you for a minute.
Hey, pal.
Okay.
So I just got a text from someone in my medical department basically saying that you called them for a, quote, formal request for all of Diego's pre-fight medical records, paper copy, all necessary post-fight records, every physician that he has ever been evaluated by. By the way, we have no control over any of that. That's all commission done, so you'd have to make those requests formally with the commission.
Ooh, that's kind of a big by the way. By the way, you're barking up the wrong tree, pal, and you're pissing people off, buddy. Maybe you should shut the fuck up.
More importantly, what the direct quote that I received was, you stated that the, quote, long-term effects of Diego being an MMA fighter were your basis for requesting it. If you're concerned or he's concerned that he's having negative effects, then we're not going to fight him. And I'm going to pull the fight right now. And we're going to call it a day, and we'll release him, and he can go do something else with his life. Because I'm not putting anybody in that cage that doesn't feel 100% or thinks they're suffering from any medical issues.
Well, it has more to do with how is his physical body and all the treatments that he's had over 17 years of injuries in his hands, his face, and all over his body, that I'm referring to, that if he needs medical attention after his career, how is he supposed to move on without medical records? As that's what I'm concerned about. That's all it is that if he has to go see another doctor about his hip or his back or any of these things, how is that doctor, why would we have to pay for new imaging, new everything, when it should be on file? Well, I don't understand what the problem is.
It's a great point. The thing is that he's not going through the proper channels for this. He's doing it at a really inappropriate time. Why not wait till right after the fight? I could say a million things. I'll try to keep it to 1,000.
Why wouldn't an athlete need his medical images of his injuries that he's acquired over years? Like, I don't understand what the real problem is asking about that.
There's nothing. It doesn't go through us.
Okay, well, I'm just saying I didn't call, by the way, to formally ask for that. Now, I had the medical on the phone, and I said, hey, while you're here, can we now ask for these things so that Diego knows all his injuries from over his career? And that's it. That's all it is. Like, I don't, that's all. Just to be,
here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to send an email to you guys. I'm going to express my concerns.
Okay.
I need a confirmation in writing that he's physically able to compete. He's not suffering any ill effects of being an MMA fighter. He doesn't feel like he has any brain issues or cognitive issues. I got to go through the whole battery that I go through with everybody that sort of makes a claim that you, at least they're telling me, that you made in this situation. And if he's not comfortable doing that, then we pull the fight and we move on. It's very simple.
Yeah.
I'm interpreting this email as just fucking put this in writing for me, and this is it. Like, you've put us in a really awkward position, and this is the last, olive branch. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Okay.
Yeah, I already called Taylor today, and we're already having her schedule all of the medicals to be done starting on the 12th when we return to Albuquerque, sir. So we're like trying to comply.
Listen to this
I'm
guy.
in the middle of travel.
Listen to how he speaks.
I'm trying to have
people.
help from your side since the requirements are coming now to be done in 3 weeks.
Bro, maybe if you're so overwhelmed, try not being the only fucking person doing everything, you fucking idiot.
And we still have 2 other pieces of travel in our camp. And this is all I'm saying is we could have complied to this very easily 10 weeks ago. That's all I'm saying, sir. And okay.
But we're talking different issues now.
Okay, well, whatever issues you got, we'll do whatever you need, man. There is no issues on our side. I asked for the same medical things. If he had a bloody nose, why wouldn't we want the records of all these things? I mean, he's about ready to leave the UFC, and how would we be able to ask for all this stuff later? So as asking formally, as I don't get to speak to very many people in the...
Once again, valid point. You should get all of his records. You need to do it through the proper channels, and maybe right now is not a good time. Unless this is all part of his genius plan, then you're just literally asking the wrong people the wrong questions at the wrong time because you're just absolutely ignorant.
UFC, and I thought, hey, I might as well say this at this moment. Now all of a sudden it's an interesting deal. Like, cool, man. We'll jump through whatever hoops you need. Diego is 100% fine, as he is here with me right now. He's fine, man. Everything's good. So
I mean, you understand my position, right? I can't ever be in a situation where 10 years from now I got a guy that's drooling on himself in a hospital, and I got another guy saying, yeah, we told the UFC before his last fight that he was having all these issues, and they put him in there anyway.
Gotcha. I understand that totally. Hey, let me, yeah, I'll leave it at that. That's cool. So, yeah, just go ahead and send me an email. Send me and let me know whatever you need us to do. And we'll, absolutely, everything's good on our side. I simply have been misunderstood because when he's got hands, he's got little tears and breaks. I need to know to what capacity we need to work on fixing and healing his joints once his career's over. That's what I'm looking at.
This is what I'm dealing with. He's got little hands. He's got little fucking... Dude, he's got little tears in his hands, Hunter. That's what I'm dealing with.
So, like, there's a lot going on, boss. That's all. I just needed to know, and he's concerned because, you know, it's a lot of time. He's having, you know, I'm like,
and just, you know. I know you haven't been around for the entirety of it, but between Dana, Sean, me, the people here that really matter and move things and, you know, control the fight business aspect of this. If Diego needs anything, all he has to do is pick up the phone and call Sean and reach out, and the answer is we're going to take care of him. So if he's got a hand in something, that the last thing that I want him fucking worried about is a year from now he's got something wrong with his hand, and, you know, let me know. That's all you got to do.
See, and that's a great point. That is the last thing he should be worrying about right now. It shouldn't be the fucking chief business officer of the UFC telling a fighter's manager that was this fight ever really gonna happen? Like, did this guy really just destroy it just by being a complete douche? Like, that's... Ah, man, it boggles the mind.
Okay, see, and this is all I needed was an open line of communication because there really hasn't been much, and that's why I'm asking about things because I'm just new to the situation, and Diego's, you know, telling me he's had boo-boos for the, you know, his whole career. I'm like, well, I'm dealing with your hip now. I'm dealing with your hand right now. Like, okay, what else have we accumulated? You know what I mean? And that's all, that type of thing. So anyways, just, yeah, send me whatever I need to do, and we'll get it done as soon as possible.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Yes, sir. All right, bye.
Yeah, okay. So that was the phone call. There's an email that was sent right after, right? And Once again, I could tell you exactly what happened, but instead I'm gonna let you hear it from Diego. So the second thing we're gonna check out is a video that Diego posted to his Instagram via live stream, pretty much right after he got cut from the UFC.
All right, well, everybody, I'm here just to state some of the facts. I had a long career with the UFC, and I knew the end was coming, and I did everything in my power in this preparation for Donald Cowboy Cerrone. I put a lot of time and energy into even just getting the fight with Cowboy, getting a fight with another legend. I was ready to compete. I was ready to fight. I was 100% healthy, and I got a text message from Sean Shelby saying, check your email, because Hunter sent you an email, and it's extremely important that you read this email and respond to this email by tomorrow, or the fight is going to be canceled. And so right away I was like, oh shit, the fight's gonna get canceled. They're gonna pull the fight. What do I do?
All right, huge red flag. Why is it that Diego's telling the story as if this text from Sean Shelby was the first that he had heard about the email? I mean, surely his manager, who was on the phone, would have told him about it and the situation, but it's like he's hearing about this from Sean Shelby. Like, what happened there?
I talked to my people, and I replied the best way I could reply to Hunter's email, and that's with my lawyer's advice.
God, I really hope that his lawyer is not Joshua Fabia.
UFC wanted me to state that I am not experiencing any neurological issues, and that I have no long-term health side effects from fighting a career of 17 years in the UFC. So basically my advisors told me, hey, basically what they're trying to do is right before you finish your last fight, they're trying to just make sure they have documentation of you saying that you never sustained anything. So basically you're being forced, being bullied into waiving your medical rights.
Every fighter before every fight has to lie and say all of this stuff, like that they're not experiencing any lingering effects, that they're, that they're in perfect condition to go into a fight. I'm pretty sure that UFC has their legal stuff in order. They're probably covered when it comes to all of this stuff already. They don't need to send some extra email at the last second before your retirement fight and be like, hey, sign this thing that says you can't do anything about any injuries in the future. I'm not saying he hasn't signed something like that, but I'm saying he probably already did. I think that email was boilerplate. It was just saying, we need extra assurance because of comments made, requests made as a reaction to stuff that put the UFC in a weird position. That seems like the most likely scenario to me. And once again, I'm not exonerating the UFC. They have some very cutthroat policies. It's just, this doesn't check out. And, well, let's keep listening.
And so, with that being said, the email was sent to Hunter, and the response was very fast. They have chosen to pay me 100% for the fight, the show money, the win money, and the sponsorship money. The fight is to be canceled. And why? Yeah, my manager did ask for my medical my list of medicals from throughout my career. I want to have my history. This is my medical history. I want to have it on file. I want to have what the UFC has.
This whole argument of they're my medical records, I should have them. Dude, 100%. But your manager fucked up. He requested the wrong thing from the wrong person at the wrong time. Total bad move.
I don't feel like after I'm done, if Dana White won't answer my calls now, won't let me have a meeting now, once I'm done and I'm out of the UFC, do you think that I'm going to be able to get a hold of anybody? You think that anything's going to go through? No, nothing's going to go through. I'm never going to get shit from them. So yeah, before at the end of my career, me and my manager decided, yeah, now it's time to get what we can get, because they're probably not going to give a shit after you are released.
Dude, no. Like, getting your medical records is not something that would become impossible after you're released, after you're retired. That makes no sense. What? Once you're retired, your medical records are not gettable? What? Fuck me.
My fans that are sending me messages telling me how they pray for me, how they care for me, and how they think that my manager is bamboozling me and just using me. And so if this was the case, I wouldn't be sticking by his side, having his back. And the truth of the whole matter is, me and him having each other's back against $1 billion monopoly worldwide organization. Yeah. For the rest of my truth, please tune into my OnlyFans, a legitimate, verified.
Okay. All right, so that's why he was cut. It seems to me like Joshua's arrogance, hubris, and just arrogance. Did I already say that? Joshua basically fucking just got on his high horse, rode a little too high, and he screwed everything up because he doesn't understand how any of this works. That's what I think happened. And now, you know, it's all going to be spun because that's what this guy is good at. And so he's making Diego feel like, oh, this is us versus the UFC, bro. Like, they're trying to do you dirty. They're going to burn your medical records as soon as you retire. Like, and, you know, it's amazing that this turned out so well in a way, because if avoiding damage was the ultimate goal, like, goal achieved. Diego got paid his show money, his win money, as if he won the fight, and his sponsorship money. He got paid everything as if he fought and beat Cowboy Cerrone, and he doesn't even have to step into the cage. I mean, that's a dub. That's crazy. The UFC did not have to do that. I mean, they did it as a gesture. This is the longest tenured fighter in the UFC. I'm not going to fucking exonerate the UFC for any wrongdoing in this situation or any situation. That's not what I'm here to do right now. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, there was no way Fabia could have planned for that outcome. So it's like, what was his plan with all this? I don't think he had one. He seems to be just belligerently making all of this up as he goes along. He doesn't come off as intelligent or clever or really having any redeeming qualities whatsoever. But I guess for that 0.01% of people, this guy just comes off like he's winning all the time. I mean, that's obviously how he comes off to himself, because he posted this phone call. He posted him crashing that fighter meeting. Like, why would you post those? He must think that he looks like the righteous party in these instances, and it's just like, whoa, school of self-awareness, huh? That joke hasn't been made yet. So my question is, like, what is Joshua Fabia really getting from all this? I guess the exposure helps him, but it's not like he's in the line of work where just any press is good press, because he's supposed to be this, like, guru healer guy, and he's kind of getting exposed as just being a fucking douchebag. But once again, it must be that 0.01% of people. Like, it's like he has some weird effect on a very, very small portion of people, and all he has to do is like get his face out there, and maybe his school of self-awareness is actually growing as a result of this. I mean, I have no idea. It's hard to understand, but I know this, dude. I don't like the dude one bit. He's a
Dude.
he's a
What?
I'd like to get to fight this little
Dude.
What?
no knives, MMA rules. Let's go, homie. Little
What?
Dude.
All right, let's talk silver linings. There's got to be some positives. All right, positives. Diego didn't take any damage and he made all his money. Some attention was maybe brought to important issues concerning the health of retired UFC fighters. Why not? And I finally saw the light and now live under the love and light of my master. Fuck, I can't even do it as a joke. Fuck this guy. I'm linking Diego's OnlyFans down below. I checked it out. You can peruse it for free, but every video costs money. They're extremely overpriced, and I'm sure they're not worth it. But the first person to comment a request for one of these videos just by the title, I will pay for that video and include a review of it in my next video. So yeah, thank you guys for all my new subscribers. Seriously, it means a lot. It gives me motivation to make better content. I almost quit at one point, and just the little push that I got recently has given me new hope. So thank you guys so much, and that's all I got for now.
Peace.